What's going on YouTube? It's Maffu, and what I'm showing you right now is the scan for our KVK. This is somewhat updated. It shows Kingdom, Tier, Power, True Power, Commander Power, KP, Deads, Average Power, Average KP, Average Deads, City Hall 25, and below City Hall 25. Let's start with 80, and we'll be checking out these kingdoms as I go, and I'll keep going back to the screenshot in between. So for Kingdom 80, we're currently looking at the top 300. They have 14.2 billion power, 148 billion KP, 850 million deads, an average power of 47 million power per player, and an average KP of almost 500 million KP, and an average deads of 2.8 million troops per account. Now let's take a look at 3680. Now this was one of the kingdoms I was debating on going to. Almost went to this kingdom before I decided to go to 3695, but this kingdom is very strong, and it's potentially going to be our allies in this upcoming KVK. I'm not 100% sure on that, but based on how things are looking, with 90 being the strongest, we are the second strongest I believe in 95, and then 80 is the third strongest. Typically the second and third strongest pair together, and then the fourth and first strongest pair together for a balanced KVK. Now I'm looking at their main alliance, 40 billion power. Are they in their second alliance right now? What's happening here? 2.6. I'm a little bit confused. We're going to look at their top alliance and then we're going to look at their second alliance because I don't know where their players are. But 4.7 billion power for their main alliance is very low, and that's a lot lower than the scan showed. So I'm assuming that a lot of people are split up between different alliances at the moment. We have McPherson x Iggy with 2 billion KP, 72 million power as their king. Big account here, 91 million power. A little bit lower side on the KP. Winter Slick. Looking through the alliance, honestly very strong. Then we got a Zenith skin here, and yeah, pretty good. Another Zenith skin right here, and I'm kind of looking for some familiar faces. Now I don't really see any familiar players right off the bat, so that is their main alliance. I'm a little bit confused on what's going on. Let's check their second alliance. Are people in here? What is happening here? We have some more accounts here. Not really sure what's happening. Where is their power split up? Did I just look at this kingdom at a bad time when they're doing something? Are they jumping around alliances? They have 40 out of 150 or 90 out of 150 in their main alliance. Where could they possibly be? Alright guys, I don't know what's happening in 80 right now. I may have just looked at the kingdom at a bad time, but hey, that's 80. Let's go back to the screenshot. Next kingdom on the screenshot is 3690. Looking at the top 300, they have 14.1 billion power, slightly lower than 80. Their KP is at almost 200 with 194. Now I believe this is higher now, but I'm not 100% sure. This scan actually shows us with more KP, but I'm pretty sure 90 is stronger than us. Looking at the deads, 953 million dead troops with an average power of 47.2 million power and an average KP of 648 million KP. Wait, are we stronger than 90? Are we gonna be fire camp? Are we actually stronger than 90? That's pretty crazy if we are. I don't know. Just looking at the scan, it shows that, but... Now, I will say that this is only looking at 266 players in 90, because they have 34 accounts in the top 300 of power that aren't City Hall 25. But these accounts cannot enter Lost Kingdom. They have to be City Hall 25 to enter Lost Kingdom. So we're basically looking at 266 accounts that are going to be in the Lost Kingdom for this kingdom. But yeah, let's take a look at 3690. And boom, this is 3690. This is what I expected when I looked at 3680. 10 billion, full alliance. And we are looking at a very strong kingdom here. We have Sorene with 100 million power, 1.4 billion KP. We have RBT. This guy was in 3609. We fought him in KVK 3. We fought him in KVK 4. Very strong SVIP account. 300 million power and 5.8 billion KP. They have Naif. Naif was in 3626 with 234 million power, 8.4 billion KP, and I believe he was the second highest KP gain in our last KVK. I believe he gained 4 billion KP, or maybe close to 5 billion. So very strong fighter. Plus he has the new Zenith, which is crazy. We have Jet, and now I believe Jet has been in this kingdom for a while. That's what someone said, but I thought he was new. But 222 million power, 6.3 billion KP. Of course, we have Ram, another SVIP account, 156 million power, 6.2 billion KP. We have Emperor Leith, 150.9 million power, 1.6 billion KP. Another Zenith. Look how many Zenith skins they have. These four, I don't think Ram got one, but these four at least. We have Bander. He was also in 26, 146 million power, 1.8 billion KP. We have It's Somebody, 138 million power, 12.4 billion KP. Look how ancient this account is. This was a sleeper account for someone, I believe. And if you guys didn't know, if your account is AFK for 30 days, you might, I don't really know how it works, but account AFK for 30 days, you can migrate it back to KVK4. That's my understanding of it. I don't know if that's exactly how it works. We have Bappa. I believe Bappa was in my last KVK, if I had to guess. 135 million power, 2.3 billion KP. We have Jax here, 133 million power, 2.9 billion KP. Jax was in my last KVK, very strong Cav rally from 09 side. We have, I guess, is another Rem account, 118 million power, 15 billion KP. That is a high KP account, very old account. This account was probably slept in as well. We have Absolute in Doubt, another player from 09, 19 million power, 4.5 billion KP. And we have Effer with 62 million power, 1.2 billion KP. And that is just the R4s. Let's take a look at the R3s. And there might be a lot of players that you recognize. Sultan is actually supposed to migrate to 95, but he decided to migrate over here instead. He watches the channel, so if you're watching, hi. We have Aija with 100 mil. We have Sua 102. Dead, I believe Dead was in 09, 99 mil power. Tartarus, I believe this guy was in 26. We have Pindos, a lot of strong players. Choose, of course, here. SP3s here. Now, I wish I had an account in this kingdom so I could look at their KP leaderboard, because some of these accounts might be sleeper accounts that I'm not aware of. But this is basically their alliance, and it's very strong, guys. Don't get me wrong, this alliance is very strong. And this is why I thought, looking at all these strong accounts, this is why I thought that they had the better scan than us. They had more power, more KP. The scan I looked at, apparently we do. I'm not sure if that was correct scan, because I mean, this is a crazy alliance. But yeah, that'll be one of the ACs that we'll be fighting. A will be the other AC in the KVK. We were guaranteed fighting this kingdom, by the way. So this will be very fun. Now, I actually don't know what the last A seed is in our KVK. I'm not aware, but I kind of want to show a really strong B seed that people haven't really been talking about. Well, someone pointed it out to me, but 3686, who will also be in our KVK, got a really good migration with a lot of strong players that you may not know. This kingdom should be in our KVK. I believe how it works is there's 4 A seeds in every camp, 4 B seeds in every camp, 4 C seeds, and 4 D seeds. That is my guess. Now, I'm not 100% sure if that's how the matchmaking works, but if I had a guess, that's how it would work. And this is a B seed, very strong B seed, actually probably on the cusp of A seed, 8.1 billion power, and they got a very good migration. Of course, there's a Wick here with a 141 million power, 3.5 billion KP, but this is not who I'm talking about. I'm looking at Queenie, Balahutin, and I believe Pootie's in this kingdom. I don't see Pootie here right now. Maybe he's in, there he is, Pootie. Pootie was our main infantry garrison in our last KVK, plus our main infantry rally. Very strong. Plus Queenie has an insane garrison and rally as well. So this will be a factor to look out for. A very strong B seed. Could throw a curveball in our KVK, and I mean, we don't really decide what the camps are. You can't really predict what the camp is going to be, because I don't think anyone knows how the matchmaking works in this game. But that is another kingdom in our KVK. It's not on the scan, so I didn't pull up the scan, but let's take a look at the scan one more time. So this is the scan. We're looking at slightly more power. We have the most power. This can't be right. This can't be right. I don't believe it. We have more power. We have more KP. We have more deads, more average power, more average KP, more average deads. This can't be right. Someone drop, I don't know what you could comment down below, but is this a correct scan? I got this from Halix from Hero Scrolls on 10:06. So it was yesterday at 14:51 UTC, so about a day ago. I don't know if this is correct or not, but if this is correct, that is crazy. I did not see us coming out as one of the stronger A seeds in this KVK. I thought we'd be either second strongest or third strongest, but it looks like we're doing pretty good. But they have a lot of ancient accounts with a lot of KP. You saw that Ram account, you saw that other account with a ton of KP, 11 bill, I think. They have a lot of 100 mil accounts. They have a lot of Zenith skins. We do as well. We do have a lot of Zenith skins as well in our kingdom. And we had a good migration. So this will be an interesting KVK at least. As you guys know, it will be a 2v2, which I think will be fun. I've never done a 2v2 before. In KVK 1, I did a 1v3. KVK 2, it was a 4v4. Then my second KVK 2, it was a 3v5. Then my KVK 3, it was a 2v6. Technically like a 3v5 because we allowed 13 into Kingsland. And then my KVK 4 was a 1v3. So this will be interesting. Hopefully it comes out as a balanced KVK and we can get some good fights. Obviously, I don't know how it will turn out, but hey, we can only hope for a good KVK. And if you're in this KVK or in this bracket, drop a comment down below. Tell me what kingdom you're in. Anyways, that's it for this video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!